And we're back, maybe?
Hey!
Yay.
Alright, hopefully.
Welcome back.
Are we back?
No, I don't know. We'll find out. But either way,
Okay.
hopefully we're back with Arches. We'll see if this recording goes through properly. Either way, we've got a whole crowd here today and in person once more.
Yay!
Imagine
We
that.
live, we have faces. It's weird.
No, that doesn't exist.
I think this is actually the most people we've ever had for a recording in person before.
Nice.
Huh.
Yeah, because you had been there for like when we did Night in the Woods with you, me, and Rosie. And I can't think of any other one that ever went above 3 people, because Undertale was still just me, Rosie, and female Sam.
Yeah, the only exception I can maybe think of, wasn't there like one point where we were playing one of the prequel games to Night in the Woods, and we happened to just have a lot of people there?
Oh, maybe. I'll have to check. I'll have to double check.
Because I think DJ was visiting.
I was here for the prequel game.
But was
but
it
we
recording?
weren't recording.
Yeah,
Oh,
so like that's
gotcha.
the thing, is for recording. Is the
Okay,
thing.
Yeah.
I see.
What's the prequel game Night in the Woods?
There's 2 of them actually. There's Longest Night and Longest
Lost
Night.
Constellation?
Yeah, thank you.
Lost Constellation is more of a like backstory than a prequel game, though, right? Like you just press constellations and it tells you stories, and it's cute.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, no, I think
no.
that's Longest Night that you're thinking of.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
Longest Night.
Lost-
Yeah, the
Yeah.
titles get confusing.
Yeah.
Because Longest Night you're playing with constellations, and Lost Constellation you have a long night.
Yeah, because in Lost Constellation, your goal is to find a constellation. So you gotta walk through an entire dark, creepy woods, and you gotta jump.
Yep.
Jump. Sorry.
Sure, I totally understand.
We didn't always do Longest Night and Lost
still-
Constellation, and we can show you jump.
Well, I still need to play Night in the Woods.
You can totally join us. We're possibly gonna put that back into the slot of recording stuff on Thursdays.
I love
Well,
Night in the
Everyone I
Woods.
know loves it, and I already love the little bit of it I've seen. So.
Hannah does a great B. Rosie, if he does join us, does a great Angus.
and
Sam
also kind
is
of a-
just flat out May.
Sam will literally predicate May's lines. May will be like, no, I don't want that. And then Sam will be like, no, it's because you were there. And then
And then May will go, no, it's because you were there.
word for word.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then I do an okay enough Greg. So
Whose name is the bird that?
Germ.
Germ.
I feel like I do a decent Germ.
I love
at least.
Germ. Yes.
He's great.
I wonder who my character would be in Night in the Woods.
We could always reassign casting and everything like that. I can pull up
Yeah.
like
Do
a
it.
list of all of the characters and we can figure that out.
I do it. I love Night in the Woods.
Same.
But yeah, alright, so narrator.
Okie dokie.
Who's narrating?
I am.
Oh, okay.
At this point, Devin has resigned himself to the fact that Cameron is going to do what he wants, and all Devin can do is respect his decision.
God damn it. Why do you always fight me?
While already reminding him more than once that Cameron is an adult had been annoying, it's also true that Devin has no right to take that decision away from Cameron. Still, there's a part of him that's hurt that Cameron would disregard his own feelings on the matter, especially after opening up to him by the lake. But Devin also disregarded Cameron's feelings when bringing him here, at least to an extent that the bear had thought was reasonable.
You know, we don't need to talk about going to the murder town before we go to the murder town.
There's no murder town.
It's fine.
I like the idea of saying there's no murder town in Echo, but like there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There's
Yeah,
no
that's
Ba
actually
Sing
the
Se.
connection I made. There's no war.
Wolves.
Sing say.
Now, it seems he's reaping what he sowed. Still, Devin remembers and brings up something that should keep them from venturing too far into the town.
We should only go as far as the motel. Cam and I had a brush with some gun-toting redneck near the other side of town last night.
Whoa, really?
Cameron giggles.
One yelled at us from really far away, and Dev ran so hard he got a gnarly cramp in his thigh.
Again, he had a shotgun. Doesn't that bother you guys? Artie?
Artie shrugs.
Meh. I've had guys flash their guns at me on the road because I flipped them off. Every one of them is too chicken shit to shoot. And this was even when I flew the old Azul y Blanco on my car.
Well, luckily for you, people here don't even know what that is. Now, if I were to mount a Sonoran flag on my Jeep while also flipping the bird. Anyway, I say we stick around this area, no further from the motel.
And for those of you who don't know, Sonora is basically their version of Mexico within this story world.
Gotcha.
So that's consistent across all 3 games.
Dude, I kind of want someone to drive like a pickup truck with like a gigantic Mexican flag. I enjoy that thoroughly.
Well, that's what Arturo did.
I love it. Go for it. While flipping people off. Like, please.
You should be more careful though, Artie. I swear, I heard a road rage story every few months where someone gets shot.
Honestly, Cam, if that's my fork in the road, I say let it happen. You gotta live. And if that involves getting shot on the freeway because you made fun of someone's driving, then so be it.
Is it really a fork in the road if the other option is death?
Yeah, one of the roads just leads to a dead end or something.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm high as hell right now.
I think the metaphor is more appropriate for longer term consequences though.
Devin just smirks at the meaningless banter about fork in the road metaphors that must seem so profound to them right now.
You know, my mom always talks about her fork in the road being in the 5th grade, and then it led to her having a shitty life.
Seems kind of young to have a decision like that come up.
I think she just likes being able to point to a moment everything went wrong. But anyway, they've been hyping up this space shuttle launch for months, and she decided she was going to be an astronaut. She went to the public library for the first time in her life to check out books about astrophysics and stuff.
Dev suddenly has a good idea of where this is going.
Then while the whole class was watching Liftoff live on TV, it exploded. And even though her teacher turned it off and went on about the day like nothing happened, they all knew those astronauts were dead. It made her question all of her plans, and she drifted through life after that, not knowing what she wanted to be anymore.
Damn. That's fucked up, man.
Do you know why that happened, by the way? I'm an engineer. I know things.
Cameron gives Dev a confused look, and so does Artie. Like, they forgot he's even there. Because there's high as hell.
Why my mom didn't know what to do? It's because she watched clips of smiling, waving astronauts getting on a space shuttle that exploded live on TV, Devin.
Devin sighs, realizing he needs to make things more clear for this high version of Cameron.
No, I mean, why that space shuttle exploded.
Because rockets and fuel can cause explosions, right?
No, well, yeah, but mainly
Dev refocuses his train of thought.
it's because they didn't listen to their engineers. You know, the people that stand between you and a panicked shopping mall, or a freeway bridge collapsing during rush hour, or an exploding space shuttle.
I think that was pancaked.
Yeah, it was pancaked.
Whatever.
Also, make sure you don't go too loud, because my neighbors can hear us through the walls if we're too loud.
Okay, I won't go too loud. But didn't you know engineers are important?
Are they?
I kind of feel important.
Okay, so I will point out, though, like, yes, engineers are definitely important. You are valid, Seb.
Totally, yeah.
But I do want to say, it was probably not the best time to point out at the end of that story when Dev
No, it
was talking
wasn't.
about his dead mom.
Yes. Yep. Oh, absolutely.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Dev raises his brows meaningfully at Cameron, though weirdly enough, he realizes that he's mainly talking to himself.
Always listen to your engineer.
Oh, he's saying it with a smile.
Always listen to your engineer.
Devin and Cameron do love each other.
No. It's. I know. I have engineering friends that get very annoyed by all this. I have a civil engineer friend that literally was like, "So I'll tell the company. I'll be like, hey, you do this. Here are the catastrophic things that you could do. You make this one small change that will cost you some money. Here's how to avoid them." And the company goes, "Yeah, but how can we do that cheaper?" And the civil engineer friend goes, No.
That's not, no.
And that is how Dev feels right now.
I just realized with you now as well, Seb, I think I have 4, maybe 5 different engineering friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just realized that. I'm like, wow, damn, I ended up hanging around a lot of engineers, whether I meant to or not.
Yeah.
We
No
just
fact-
appear places,
Mhm.
as far as I'm aware. I go to engineering and I'm in the engineering building and I sometimes don't even notice that all these people are also engineers. I'm just like, these are just people. And then I go out, like, I think one of my friends that I haven't talked to in like a few years, I didn't even remember them choosing a specific college degree. I met up with them and they're like, yeah, I'm in engineering. I'm like, wait, when were you into engineering? Apparently you're doing math well now. And he's like, yeah, I get it. I'm like, huh? Okay, sure. You know what? That's fine. We can all be engineers, I guess.
No, there could only be 28.
Only 28.
And you're an engineer, and you're an engineer, and you're an engineer.
Everybody gets an engineer.
Well, technically, if you really think about it, everything is engineering because you're using all your like preordained knowledge to apply it somewhere else.
So
And
you're saying that I can call myself a social
No.
engineer? Hannah, we're social engineers. High five.
Hey.
my non-existent sociology degree is not helping.
So does that mean I'm a cooking engineer since I work in since I'm technically a cook?
Maybe?
Always listen to your engineers.
Always.
His half-assed attempt at making the conversation about listening to his advice quickly backfires, though.
Well, if those engineers were like the ones at Pueblo, I'm willing to bet more people would have listened to them if they didn't act like such know-it-all pricks.
Someone still. Oh, woof, woof.
Wow.
So
Okay.
remember how I said I have a pet theory that basically Devin and Cameron are Arch's like better version of Leo and Chase? They still have some flaws, obviously.
Woof.
Jeez.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this line out because I have lots of friends who are engineers, and they do have moments where they're arrogant pricks like this. So I'm getting an engineer to laugh and nod knowingly.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you and me, I already said I have 4 or 5 friends that are engineers,
Yes.
so I wasn't disagreeing.
yes. And I love my engineering friends to death. They're still some of my best friends, but oh man, sometimes they would say shit like this, and you'd be like.
Stupid. Okay, so I live in an apartment. I'm not all of us are engineers, but we're all in like tech or some kind of STEM thing. And I have another one of my apartment mates is an engineer. And sometimes I'm in the living room and he comes up like out of his room and he starts like going off on something, being like know-it-all about it, and I'm like, are you sure it's like that? And then he's like, yes, I know, I'm definitely sure it's like that. And I'm like, okay, but like it could be this other way. No, it's definitely like this. I learned it about it in class. I'm like, sure, yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. So
Oh,
someone's still sore from having to drop out of their major.
Fuck you too.
Hey, come on, guys. We're feeling good right now. You know, Artie, I dated an engineer for 5 years now. They gotta talk down to you to do their job.
Cameron walks against Devin and playfully nudges him with the shoulder. Even though Cameron is playing along with what Devin started, hearing his boyfriend say that actually stings a little bit.
Babe, I don't talk down to you, except I did earlier in this game.
You know, with a comment about music
Yeah.
degrees.
Music degree.
I literally talked down to you earlier in this game. I don't mean to, though. I don't mean to, anyway.
Arturo makes a face, and Dev does his best to pretend like he doesn't see it.
Look at that, look at the expression on Dev's face.
Yeah. No, that's what I love, honestly, about Arches that, like, the other games don't quite have, is there's so many different, like, character shots of each of just these 3 characters alone.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually gone to the files, and there's like over 100 of them for
Yeah.
like each of these characters. Because, yeah, they're able to be expressive like that, and that's actually the benefit of having that smaller cast.
Mhm.
There
You don't
is.
have to spread your resources as thin.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hey, I'm just kidding. I agree with you. If people let disasters happen because they're too proud to listen to experts, then fuck them. Maybe if they had, my mom would be on the space station right now.
Maybe. Mistakes happen, though. They remind us of how to keep our guard up, because it always slips eventually, you know?
I think I do.
Dev smiles, pleasantly surprised that Cameron seems to be heeding his advice to be careful. For the first time in a day, he finds himself starting to relax a little. The end of this bizarre nightmare is in sight. They're already starting to circle back around to the car.
You know, it's kind of amazing to think about how you two are still together.
That brings Dev out of his reverie rather quickly.
Why is that?
Well, all our other friends didn't last more than a few years out of college. And if you think about it, you and Cam are probably the biggest opposites out of all of those relationships.
I think the most important thing about being in a relationship is getting along. If you can do that for 99% of the time, you're probably set. And that and having different hobbies and spending time apart adds to a healthy relationship.
Man, sometimes you sound like a self-help relationship book or something. Maybe that's why.
I think it's just that we're both reasonable people. That's usually all you need.
Well, I'm really happy it all worked out, especially after your first relationship. Honestly, looking back, I was basically setting up Cam up to be a rebound. I wasn't really meaning to, of course.
You know, I forgot how you somehow managed to always say the wrong thing at the wrong time, Artie.
Well, it has been a long time, so I'm interested. I just wonder who you were with before me. All you've said is what they were like. All you said is that they were like a month-long fling.
Artie seems to take this as the go-ahead to reveal irrelevant and embarrassing information about Dev's previous love life.
He was a fox named Jesus, right, Devin?
I never brought him up because the relationship lasted literally 2 months.
A fox, huh?
Cameron says it in a contemplative way, in a way that makes Dev uneasy, even though the coyote is probably just truly curious.
Oh yeah, it was short, but when he dumped Dev, he went the full chick flick route and laid in bed for a week eating ice cream. I was so worried about him that I set the two of you up.
Devin's muzzle burns under the fur, even hotter than the heat of the desert.
Why did I ever tell you anything in confidence?
Well, it's more like I saw it, like the entire dorm did.
Is that true, Devin?
To Devin's dismay, Cameron sounds genuinely interested now, combined with a genuine degree of concern.
You seemed so put together when I first met you.
Dev avoids answering.
It wasn't you that set us up. You mentioned me to your girlfriend's friend who happened to be Cameron's friend. She set us up.
Yeah, you can word it how you like. But if I didn't remember them mentioning the super hot guitar coyote, too bad he's gay, dude, who knows where you'd be now.
Oh, I love the sass, Arturo.
God.
This is beautiful. Yeah, that's me.
Super hot.
Less than a week later, I knew it worked because I walked in on the two of you fucking.
Oh God, why are you bringing that up?
Yeah. Why?
Because it was funny. Besides, I walked in on like a dozen people doing it at some point. Hell, back in the university library, it was open 24/7. You had a 50-50 chance of walking in on a pair of rats getting out at 2 a.m.
I hope they really mean like furry rats just like running around. Running around the
You mean like
library.
the animal rats, or do you mean like anthropomorphic?
Anthropomorphic animal rats running around the library, but more like animal rats, if that makes sense. Just like
Arturo prattles on to Cameron while Devin sulks behind a bit. The bear finds himself wishing he'd been the one to tell Cameron about all of that. The way Artie described it made him sound unstable in a way. The fox had been cute, but Devin never really got to know him before Jesus abruptly broke it off. When he first met Cameron, on the other hand, he was cute and hot, especially with his guitar and voice. But that was just the surface stuff.
Oh shit, who should voice Cameron now? I didn't know he was supposed to sound hot.
Just gotta, you know,
You know, just
I don't
sing
know.
a bit
everything.
of sultry voice right there.
I don't know. The way I see it, one of my friends could say, you know, a person can be hot, but they could also be a fucking dick.
True.
Cameron was also nice and considerate and thoughtful and complex in ways that the bear is still trying to fully understand. Devin had girlfriends in high school, so people wouldn't get suspicious. But the fox had been what he considered his first real relationship, and he'd simply overreacted to his first real breakup.
Aww.
Okay, so this is even more of like the parallel to Leo and Chase,
Yeah.
because that's their first relationship, was them with each other. Now you got Devin and Cameron, where this was Devin's second ever relationship.
Also, Devin reacts similar to how Leo reacts, but gets over it.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting to think about that.
Yeah, like they both react by getting quite despondent, and I can literally picture Leo eating ice cream in full Chick-fil-A mode.
Yeah, actually, I can see that from Leo as well.
Oh, Chase, I miss my
And
heart.
then that's when Chase comes back. He's like, "Hey, you got a little bit tubby." He's like,
No.
kicks like the can of ice cream. Down the trash can.
And that's how he gets into the otter porn.
Oh my god. What is all these otter magazines?
No, Reese. Yeah. What magazines? Looking back on his 19-year-old self, it's hard to understand why it had felt like the end of the world.
Okay, so this is them at 24 then, because it's 5 years later.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah.
If Cameron were to disappear from his life now, it would be the end of the world. The world that he knows, at least. Maybe if for some terrible reason it did come to an end, he would look back 10 years from now and think the same about his 25-year-old self. But he doubts that.
Okay, I must be bad at math.
Well,
Yes.
it might be the thing where he has turned 25, but like 5 years ago, at some point during the year, he was still 19.
Yeah, I guess that would be it then.
So
So
that's how I feel sometimes, like especially like at this point of the year, because my birthday is very late in the year. I'm like, oh yeah, most of the year I'm that age, but then I'm like, look at me now. I'm 1 year. That's not the right time. No, I should not be this age yet. Doesn't feel right.
And see, I have like the opposite problem. My birthday's actually at the beginning of the year, with it being early March. So I get that fun moment of like, oh yeah, I was this age at that time. And then I like, wait, no, it happened in January. I was actually a little bit younger.
Right.
Like the one that I always have the issue with is with the turn of millennium. I always think back of them like, I was 7 when that happened. No, I couldn't have been 7. I had to have been 6.
That was fun. I was just old enough to really like remember it. That was a good
Yeah,
time.
that's one of those things that they say is like the common sign that you're part of the millennial group is if you can remember the turn of millennia, you can remember
Y2K.
9/11, things
I
like that.
definitely don't.
Yeah, funny fact, I don't remember either of those things either, but I'm technically a millennial. I'm
I
just a
remember
bad
both of them.
millennial.
I remember Y2K, and everyone was freaking out. They were like,
I do remember
the
hearing about
world
people
is gonna
freaking out.
end. Planes are gonna crash in the sky. Dude, I want to make like.
Well, no, like I heard about it after the fact, and I was like, wait, really? People
I-
thought
yeah.
what?
That
I
was
want to make
my
a
stance
oh
as
my
well.
gosh! I
Like,
want to
think
make
it
a
was shortly
thriller.
after the fact, but it was still after the fact.
Yeah.
I want to make like a Sharknado quality thriller, and it's just Y2K
Oh
in
my
like
God.
Matrix lettering, and like
I mean, that's
and like the whole world gets like it'd be a post-apocalyptic like thing, What if it actually
arches that
happened?
we come up with movies?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, we
that's-
came up with a video game where it was always alternate universe.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be a movie as well or something.
There was like a movie tie-in.
Yeah,
or
the Baron.
something.
Oh no, and that was Echo. Never mind. It's just
Yeah.
when we were together that we come up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd make it. I'd watch it.
Because like that's how people felt about 2012, and then also 2016, and then now.
Yep.
I know 2020 was another end of times date, and now we've got the pandemic as well on top of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, fun fact: my graduation date from high school was supposed to be the end of the world as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, because it'd be 2012.
Oh no, that was 2011.
Oh, that's 2011.
Yeah, it was like May. It's like May 18th or May 13th. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember it was literally the day that I was supposed to graduate. It was like a very minorly known apocalypse that was supposed to be going on.
Huh.
It was like some pastor was like spouting on like that's the end of the day, that's the end of the world, and those are the end of days. And I remember mentally thinking, F that, if that's the end of the world, I'm gonna kick some demonic ass because I'm not having the world end on my fucking graduation day. I'm going to have a life post high school because high school.
Can we make that movie too, please? Can we make Alan takes on the world?
Takes on demons.
And like there are demons coming out, and then at the end, why? How did you? How did you do it? I needed a life past high school.
I needed to
Blackout.
graduate, and I needed to go.
And that's the whole movie. It's just like we watched the whole movie. It's just you beating the shit out of a bunch of demons. At the end, there's a news article and like the person. So why'd you do it? How'd you work up that
Honestly,
energy?
Can I like throw out like
Fade
an
to black.
actual movie idea with that as well, beyond just it being me?
Uh-huh.
A group of nerds who were always bullied throughout high school and everything, they would band together and they would have access to such weird tech and like gadgets and things like that to kick demonic ass, and they would do it genuinely because they were promised that life gets better in college.
Oh my god.
No,
And
fuck you, I'm going to college.
This needs to be. This is profitable. This would
Yes.
make good money.
Yes.
People would watch it.
Oh,
I want it. I want it now.
oh my god.
And we can have it take place in that certain city where the two solar eclipses are meeting. And can start there because that's where the apocalypse starts.
Great.
And the name of the movie would be Apocalypse Later.
Apocalypse, not fucking now.
Yeah. Not now.
I'd
Not
watch
today,
it.
Satan.
I'd watch it. No, not today, comma, Satan. That is the name of this.
Apocalypse. Not today, Satan.
And like the movie cover isn't even, it's not even graphic. That's the best part. The movie cover is just like a bunch of nerds like in like superhero capes or some shit.
Yeah, no, genuinely, I could see this being
My
a real
God.
movie, honestly.
Oh, I'd make it. I'd watch it.
You could either do like a true action movie, you could do a comedy action movie.
It'd be a rom-com. It would be something like Deadpool, right? So it would,
No, they specifically try to make it as much as Deadpool as
There
possible.
would be
Yeah.
at least one teen in that group that would pretend to be Deadpool, and like either he dies like immediately,
Yes.
or he actually somehow succeeds.
Yes. Or he makes a serum that makes it so he doesn't. Like he gets like a finger chopped off or something and just grows it back.
It only works on that finger, though.
And there's like a puzzle at the end, like we have to plug the hole or something. He's like, wait a minute, I remember now.
I got it!
Oh my god.
I'd make it. I'd watch it. If
Alright.
someone else made it.
Alright. Get back to Arches. 5 years is a long time, and he plans to spend the rest of his life with Cameron. Unlike that fling in college, losing Cameron would be a traumatic, life-changing disaster.
Oh no.
Just thinking about it now makes his throat tighten.
Oh no.
The abyss he's felt below his feet since he was 12, that emotional scar left over from the last traumatic event in his life, seems to yawn a bit wider.
I'm so curious what that is, because I don't even think that's I'm trying to remember what the girl's name is that they keep talking about. Because for her, like, Cameron recognized her voice, and if this is back when when Devin was 12, it can't be her, at least.
Probably not, unless it
I also am
would
a
he,
little-
would he have somehow introduced him to Cameron? Or introduced her to Cameron?
I mean, but she's dead now, so it can't. The life-changing event when he's 12, the traumatic one, can't have killed her at least.
True.
It may have affected her possibly. I wish I could remember her name. She's brought up like a couple of times in like the
Yeah.
earlier builds.
Yeah.
One of the two of them is going to die. You realize that, right?
No,
Or something is gonna happen to.
because the
one.
thing is, Arches. So Arches
Yeah,
is
no,
very much.
I know that theory, but they just spent the past several chains going, death would be really hard on him. Oh, gosh.
I think it's about that there's going to either be a separation, and it's not even just death. It'd be if he lost Cameron. So
Yeah.
it could be just a breakup as well. And I could see a breakup happening. I wouldn't hate for it to happen because honestly, I think that this is like the healthiest couple in all of the Echo series.
Yes.
Correct.
I'm not kidding. I really do genuinely think it's probably the healthiest couple you'll
Mhm.
ever see in
Yeah.
this grouping. But the thing is, I don't think one of them's going to die because the premise is it's an arch, which is breaking the circle. That's the thing. That's the tagline of Echo is you're going in circles. In the smoke room, Sam also brings up that tagline of you're just going in circles. But literally with Arches, there is a beginning and an end to that. It can't be a full circle. The best it can be is a half circle.
Okay.
So there's got to be an end there. There's got to be a break of some type.
Okay.
That's
I'm
fair.
very scared for them right now, though. I mean, I teach kids how to make predictions in a text, and this is like textbook make a prediction.
I would say if it is going to be prediction, it's predicting that they break up. I don't think that they're going to kill off either Devin or Cameron.
Well, oh no, I just know that something super traumatic is going to happen to one of them.
Oh, that's a guarantee. This
That-
is a horror
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, that I don't think they're going to break up. I think they're going to lose each other, and then maybe they'll get each other again. Don't get me wrong, but something absolutely horrific is going to happen to one of the two of them.
But yeah, I'm very curious what happened when Devin's 12 now. So that's one of those things I'm going to have to pin for later because I forgot that little bit. Gosh, do either of you remember the girl's name that they were
I
talking about?
don't, but it was like in the first
I
episode.
remember, of course, him referencing her, but yeah,
Mhm.
I don't remember her name.
Like, the thing is, what I hate right now is my brain, as I'm trying to pull her name up, I keep coming to the name Yolanda, and that is definitely not it.
For some reason, I was thinking
It was
Yvonne,
like, is it
but I'm
Maria?
not sure if it's Yvonne.
No, it's not Maria, but it's something Y, I think, maybe.
Hmm.
I hope it is, because Yvonne also makes it sound, like, kind of correct. I know that's not it, but it's closer.
Yeah, I'm just not sure.
I just remember it was like a Y name, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's actually watching this and really caring, they'll be screaming at us like, it was this, now move on!
Yes.
This is her name.
Her name was
Scream at the
Yvette.
screen.
Yeah, that's not her name.
Scream at it.
That's not her name.
I scream at screens fairly often.
That's fair.
It's fun.
Alright. The bear thinks back to the point he'd been trying to make about engineers helping to avoid catastrophic failures, and why it had felt like he had been talking to himself. There's a moment in which recovery is impossible, where a chain reaction of small disasters are set off that then mushroom into a tragedy. Maybe he'd been reminding himself about what could happen, or maybe he's realizing something that's already happened. Why does it feel like he's already past that point? The point where he made a decision at a literal fork that set in motion a cascade of failures.
Should have turned left.
Should have gone home! There's no reason for him to feel that way, considering they're minutes away from leaving. But
Aw.
it feels hopeless now.
Aw.
Considering this is build 3 and I already told you there's a build 4.
Yeah.
Aw.
Spoiler alert. He ignored all the signs, and he turned right. Ignored all the signs. Just like all those officials who ignored signs from their department stores, bridges, dams, and spaceships. At least until everything fell apart.